104.1 KRBE.
Time for group therapy on the Roula and Riot Show with Eric.
This is always good because a group gives you therapy for free. That's why it's called group.
Well, we have an unbiased
therapy.
opinion.
We try our best, and if not, there's somebody listening that can text in at 37530, or you can call in and talk with us as well.
If this
Maybe
happened
they've
to
been
you-
through something similar.
All right, so here's our phone number just to stand by, 833-390-KRBE. Here's what you're calling about. Let's hear it.
So I've been having trouble with my boss recently where he's kind of a hard ass, you know, how those kind of bosses are. I was complaining about him to my girlfriend, and then, you know how women get. She pulled out her phone. She asked for his full name. She wanted to look him up, find out everything about him. And then she found a news story from a few years ago where his wife and his kids died in a car accident. Ever since I found that out, I've been trying to understand him a bit more, try to be easier on him. But he's the office hard ass. Everybody else is constantly complaining about him, and I'm the only one who isn't. So now I guess my problem is, do I continue to feel bad for him and try to not be offended by what he's saying? Or do I start complaining about him? Because if I don't, I'm going to end up being the office kiss ass.
Oh my God.
Well, you can't worry about being the office kiss ass.
No. Who cares about that?
People are going to, no matter what you do.
His wife and children were killed in a car crash?
Yeah, I mean,
and nobody knows that? That's really stunning.
It's not your job to tell everybody.
Oh, that's so sad.
But it's out there. Like, anyone can Google it.
It's public news. You know, that's the kind of thing, though, guys, that I feel like would be known, like, quietly.
Absolutely.
Like, if I was onboarding for the new job.
Well, unless he
hey, that's Dave over there.
Had a job at another company. Back then, it happened where he lost his wife and child, and then he takes the job at this company.
You guys don't know the history of
Nobody knows the backstory.
My first marriage and stuff. You guys don't know much about it. You know what I mean? Like, a whole lot.
I'm just saying, if he's been there for a while.
You don't know when you leave somewhere else. You just keep that. It'd be different if it happened and you're working there. Everybody would know then.
If that had happened right in the middle of things.
So this guy's an office jerk, and people can't stand him. But what they don't know is that he's been through a terrible trauma and tragedy. Doesn't excuse that he's a jerk. Clearly, he needs to talk to somebody about what's happening.
Has he ever talked to this guy?
Could he just be a jerk, though? There's people that are... How many people do you work with right now driving your car to work that they're jerks? Nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
Or things did happen, and they're jerks.
He was not good before the tragedy.
I'm saying people are can be just jerks or hard ass. And
So
is
this
he really
guy's
a jerk?
question
Or
is,
just a
should
hard
he
ass?
tell the other coworkers, hey, guys, this guy's wife and kids died in a car crash years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why
Would you
he's a
tell him,
jerk.
or would you be like, hey, have you guys ever Googled our boss? I wonder what that would be like. And let somebody else do the
that's
Google.
actually probably better.
That's how he found
That's
it
probably
out.
better. Then you're not spilling the tea.
Yeah, and you're just and then you act like you didn't know
I
either.
think that you know what? It's like it's not my business to be telling everybody about somebody else's past. I don't like gossip.
But if it's something like that, here's where I would have the crossroads about wanting to share it. How many times maybe somebody may have put like their foot in their mouth, that whole phrase of like, oh my God, you misspoke. I mean, there are terrible things happening in traffic every single day. Just this last 10 days alone, how many car crashes have happened?
Yeah.
And people have lost their lives.
Wrong way
And what if
drivers.
you say something of like, oh my God, or I don't know, you don't know you're saying it in front of this person that has a personal, terrible connection to a story like that. I would just want to know so I could just... I don't know. I feel like this is so
But
weird.
are you trying to tell everyone to
people.
warn them to be easier on the guy?
Not, I just like, hey, just so you know.
Because he probably doesn't want any special treatment.
Nobody likes to be pitied.
No, they won't. Just so you know. Just so I know to just careful what I'm saying. Just to cover my own
other
tail.
people don't know. Our office is so messy with drama that I'm shocked that this has not gotten around.
I guess if you don't Google it.
But it's just.
But wouldn't you be like, is
so
he
bizarre.
single? Is he with somebody?
Yeah, like does he have photos of his family in his office?
Oh my God,
Is he
that is
single?
so horrible.
Does he
It hurts
have
my
a
heart.
wedding ring on?
Look, in an
Oh,
ideal
so
world,
horrible.
everybody
Or a tan
should
line.
treat people with dignity and respect
But
and
that's
know
not how
that they've
people
been
are.
through things.
They're not.
People don't.
No one does that.
On text
No.
at 37530, so far I'm seeing people saying I would share that for sure. Somebody said he should approach the man. I don't think he should approach the man. This person says he should approach the man and let him know what the staff thinks. No. What? Some managers don't know they are being a
Hey,
jerk
manager, you're
because no one has been honest
Teabag.
with them about their approach. That one's going to be
Hey,
a-
bud, I just
a
discovered
low-
your family was killed, and that explains why you're a jerk.
No,
you can't
approach
do
the
that.
man to let him know the staff thinks he's a jerk.
Yeah.
One person
how's that
said
going to
may-
help him? It's not
I
gonna-
don't
Right?
know.
not
I'd be
gonna
like,
change
okay,
anything.
go find another job.
Another
Like, I'm not
person
gonna
says
change how
maybe
I
try
am.
a gentle conflict resolution. Talk to him privately about it, but give grace because everyone processes things differently. Oh, gosh. This is a weird one.
I don't know what you do.
I think
know what to do here.
you judge people on their actions and not their words. I think that he
his
should do
actions are
nothing.
he's jerky.
Right.
Yeah, well, he can just like.
So you
when,
were saying judge him
But
on
you have a
being a
heart.
jerk.
If you,
When
you
the-
have a heart, Ryan, if you hear somebody
very deep one.
lost their wife and their kid, you'd think different of that person, and you feel bad that no one else knows that, and they're
You
treating
give him
them.
more grace for his
Yes.
bad behavior.
Yes.
Because
Not
you
that
know
you
he's been
condone
through
it.
an epic tragedy.
Yes.
Okay, so
that
if you're
would be
just
nice
tuning
if
in,
that
it's
happened.
group therapy, and a man called our show because he has a manager who is a terrible jerk, and everybody can't stand him. Well, this man Googled the manager, and years ago, this manager lost his wife and children in a car crash, and nobody knows it. And he's wondering, should he share it with the office that this guy's a jerk, and maybe this is why.
I think not. I really do because I'm with you, Eric, in the fact that he may have been a jerk before all this happened. That's his private business. That's his private pain that
still
he
think
has
should
to
know.
live with. It's none of your damn business.
I think people should know just
and
to
you
save
shouldn't
yourself.
be
But then
spreading
you're-
rumors.
But then you're the rumor spreader. Like if you went to HR and you told them, "Hey, our boss is this, and by the way, I found this out about him. What do you think?" And then it leaks around.
It's
then
not
they-
a rumor spreader, Eric.
It's
It's,
totally
a
gonna
fact.
leak
It
around.
actually happened.
But you're spreading
A rumor,
gossip.
if
But
he
you're spreading-
wanted the whole staff to
They
know,
would
he
tell
would
him.
have told them.
Okay, listen.
So keep
if
your
it
head
was
down,
us,
do your
if
job,
it was
and
us
don't
in
gossip.
this room, the five of us, you don't think I'm going to tell you guys because I'm close to you guys? Say, hey, just letting you know, when we see traffic stories on the news and stuff, and we're saying stuff, don't say something for XYZ because he lost his family in a car crash. You wouldn't appreciate that information?
But it's not
That's
like
not
that though.
gossiping.
It's about being a jerk.
Well, I think it's because
Like what if we think you're being a jerk, Roula? We're like, hey, like we start. You'd be like, "What? You guys think I'm a jerk?"
I'm saying that I feel like.
The person that's being a jerk doesn't think they're a jerk.
No.
They're just an.
Right.
Well, this
A
guy
butthole.
is coming to us because he
That's just
thinks
how
this guy's a jerk because he lost his
Because of the
family in a car
situation.
crash.
But how are you supposed to do? What do you?
Well, we don't know
You can't
that.
make the guy go do therapy. You can't make him.
I'm
No.
just saying
And so
for
we're all
everybody
supposed to,
else
because
to
of his
have-
pain, we're all supposed to walk on eggshells because of his
Right.
pain, even though he's
Nobody
causing more
wins
pain
with
than
that.
us.
Nobody
it sounds
wins.
very cold to be
It's
like,
messy.
oh, sorry, your wife and kids were killed. I'm not going to walk on eggshells around you. I just feel like I would like to know it so in my head, I can deal with the jerkiness of him. Be like, okay, Roula,
So you have to
just-
be a slave to his.
Just take a breath. This
tragedy.
man lost his wife and kids.
It wasn't
and
yesterday he
move
lost
on.
him.
I mean, Eric, you're sounding very cold.
But why should I have to live with someone being a butthole to me?
I
know
don't-
we all have crap in our lives. We all
I
have something.
understand that,
You treat
but-
people with respect. If he doesn't treat you with respect, you screw him.
Well, you
sucks
can-
what
I
happened.
guess
when
it
this
depends on how
boss,
often you're around
It
him.
sucks
I
what
don't
happened
know.
to him, but
yeah.
that's no reason to be a jerk
But when
to me
this boss
and everybody.
is being verbally abusive to him, he just needs to say, "Hey, look, I don't appreciate that kind of talk. I'm gonna work a lot better if it's a more friendly environment."
Talk to HR and let HR deal with it.
What if
Make it-
you don't have HR?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't have
Yeah.
that.
Or,
I
or
wonder-
the HR is the boss.
Yeah.
The boss is HR.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Somebody said sometimes you don't know how you're acting, and people should say something so that now they are aware.
Who wants to jump on that grenade?
And
Yeah,
that's right.
I'd say
No.
you go
yeah.
ahead.
Let me go
Sam's
do
not doing
that.
it.
I'd be like, let's go grab some drinks.
All right.
And then
And I'll
maybe
tell you
I'll
everything.
tell you.
How about this texter? 37530. If he wasn't such a jerk, it would not be an issue. He needs to tell everybody. I know he's a jerk, but Google him.
Why
You're
would
gonna
you?
find
Have,
out
I don't
anyway.
think he has to tell anybody.
No,
but I'm just
it's
saying,
not your
gonna
story to tell.
Spread real quick. I think personally.
I don't know.
You
I
do
just
you.
feel like I
Mind
would,
your own business.
Sorry if you think that's wrong, Eric, to give a guy grace no matter how much of a jerk he's been, but that is not just saying, oh, I was in a car crash and I'm traumatized. He lost his wife and children in a car crash. That does not happen often.
Not
That is not
recently.
something
It
you
wasn't,
would
it wasn't like it was
This is years
yesterday. It was
ago.
years ago, and he's still being a jerk
I just,
to everybody.
Right.
I don't think it's
Right.
okay to be a jerk ever, but it hits
Well, you are
different
saying
for
it
me
is okay to
because
be a
he-
jerk.
In this case, I'm going to have to suck
I'm not
it
going
up.
to work with a
So
person
you
that's
want to give this
picking
guy
on me and
We work
special
with jerks all the
treatment
10
time,
years
and they
ago.
don't have that excuse.
and say that this
we
is
work
good
with
behavior.
a-holes all the time.
But we get away
who
from
don't
those
have
people.
that excuse.
We stay away from those people.
That's what I'm saying. I'll just stay away from him. But now I know this man has deep pain
When
and trauma.
you have interactions with him one-on-one,
Right.
you can keep that mentally
Yeah,
in
there
your
you go.
head.
That's what I'm
For
saying,
everybody
Sam.
else, it's like, well, you need
Yeah.
to find out on your own what
Yeah,
happened to him, I
agree.
guess.
You should not be spreading rumors or,
I just would want to
giving
know.
his backstory to the whole staff.
I hope
If he wanted
this
that information known, he'd let
Company
him know.
doesn't listen to us.
So-
well,
kill
because
the
people
messenger.
don't want to,
Because we
to
just
come
spread out the
across with,
rumor.
here's the sash I wear.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody feels sorry for me. People
Right.
don't want pity. So he's not going to go to a new job and say, hey, guys, how's it going? I'm the new guy. By the way, my wife and kids were killed in a car crash years ago. That's not how he's going to come at people.
Some people are like that.
He doesn't
though.
want to be defined by the tragedy in his life. But then again, why is he being a mean guy? Well, that's for a therapist to decipher.
But he's not going to go to therapy.
Right, because he doesn't think there's anything
Yeah.
wrong with him.
He doesn't think he's a jerk. He's just living
So
life.
I say, don't say anything to the rest of the staff. What do you think, Roula?
I think this guy who called us, your closest friends in your circle at your job, tell them. So at least
I say don't
y'all
tell
don't
him.
say anything wrong.
Just do what I said. Was like, have you guys ever Googled him? What?
Or just like leave it up.
Let
on
somebody
your-
else find
Yeah,
it. Like,
Just
I'll be like,
strategically spill the beans.
I'd go over to Ahmad and say, Ahmad, have we ever Googled Ryan about this? And then, Ahmad would be over there. Oh, guys, did you see what happened? Oh, and then
I'm
he
not,
could be
and,
the,
and
be
again,
the
I'm not
messenger.
saying it's okay to be mean because you had trauma in your life.
But you are.
But in this case, whatever makes your daily work life more bearable, this guy knows now. So he's able to zen himself out. Like,
As you're getting yelled at, and have to work extra time and being
I
treated
don't
like
know.
a hard.
I don't think we gave
position.
any advice.
No,
Because this
Sucks
is a
for him.
difficult one. We are wrecked with this
Come
one.
on, Sam, you're the nicest
Kevin,
person.
what's your
here.
opinion? You're pretty quiet over there.
Yeah, you haven't said a word.
No, I think that if he's being such a jerk, then I would be like, so, like, what happened to you in your past? Is there something that's
God.
causing all this anger?
my God.
That would be a
Like,
really
where's this
bad
all-
thing.
Kevin would be the one that
Where's all
jumps on
this
the
coming
grenade.
from?
Yeah, you should say
Kevin
that.
is nice. He would not do that to any bosses. He would.
If there's a wound, he's going to put his finger in it.
Well, if you put
Just to you.
no, if you put it on social media for everyone to see, then I'm going to ask about it.
Yeah, because he's curious.
Yeah,
So
I
to
am
the
curious.
guy that
You are
called
the
our listener
listeners.
line, we have no help for you.
We tried. Sorry.
You let us know which lane you picked.
Right.
A Google story only your friends are saying nothing.
I
You let
say,
us know where you
you
went.
do you.
I don't know what to say. Let's just move on to the next one because that's a secret this man holds that only one other coworker knows about. So that is a good transition into what? Rate your secret.
We've done this in like 2 months.
A long time. There's a secret only you know, and it's driving you nuts. You can tell us. Nobody knows who you are. You can change your name. And maybe the secret you think is so bad isn't as bad. And this is why this is important that we do this on the Rule and Ryan show with Eric. There was a woman who for years, and she was 15, has tortured herself with this secret. And we helped her understand what you are hiding is not that bad. Do not be ashamed.
Because we rate it like on a scale of 1 being not bad at all to 10 being like, ooh, keep that one to the grade.
Because one person's like, oh, it's nothing, right? We're like, oh, that's a 15.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Off the scales.
833-390
Call us.
KRVE. What's the secret you're holding on to? We'll rate it and tell you how bad or not so bad it is on the Real and Ryan show with Eric.
Back
to the Roula and Ryan show with Eric.
All right, kids. It is time for Rate Your Secret. Somebody asked, are you saying write your secret? No.
Rate.
Rate your secret, which means you're going to tell us something that only you know, and we'll rate it on a score of like 1 to 10.
Yeah, 1 would
Could be a 0 even.
not so bad. 10 is like, whoa.
You should keep that. Take it to the grave.
Never tell anybody.
But you can change your name. Ahmad will talk with you. Change your name if you want. Remember, on the radio, on the phone, you sound completely different. Rula will call in, and people are like, is that Rula? But
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah, when I was on maternity leave and I would call in, people did not believe it was me.
No, it masks your
It's
voice.
so weird.
change your name if
Our
you
number
want.
is 833-390-KRBE. Saxon, you're up first. Good morning. Welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, my secret is I have 2 kids. They don't know that I'm not their father.
Really?
And I raised them their whole life, not letting them know I'm not biologically their dad.
Now, why is this? Why did you and your partner decide, hey, we're not going to let them know you're not the dad?
Because when I met their mom, she was a product of human trafficking.
Oh, no.
And I fell in love with the kids, and then I got to know her and fell in love with her and married her.
But you met her after she was trafficked. You didn't meet her through the trafficking. That's what you're saying, right?
No.
Okay.
Did you
I met
rescue her?
after.
I just want to make sure. How you met her.
Was it you
It was
who
in
got
her
her-
past life. She was trafficked. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you're the one that got her out of that?
I met her at a place where we were just like going out, hanging out, and a friend introduced me to her, but she just got away from that stuff, and they were trying to help her out, and well, I met her kids, and I fell in love with the kids because I love children.
How
And
old were the
then
kids when you met them, Saxon? How old were the kids then, and how old are they now?
6 months and 1 year old.
Wow. And how old are they now?
they're already like 20, at least 24.
Whoa.
I would
Their whole lives.
If this
Okay.
was 20 years ago or 10 years ago, I'd be like, don't say anything. Just at 23andMe, I know they're going bankrupt.
Yeah,
But
they have
you're
all this
supposed to
DNA
delete all
grabs.
your
I
stuff.
But you
know.
worry about that stuff being leaked and then they find it in like a few years. But I think they'll realize why. I think it's a great reason why you would not tell them. I think they're adults now. They'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't think if I was in that position, I would do the same thing, Dad.
You think they'll be able to
So
handle
how
that?
do we rate his secret then versus?
I'd say it's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah, that's a major.
But
That your adult children don't know you're not their biological father. But
I would keep it away from them.
I mean, you are
I'd
their
keep the
dad.
secret, yeah.
I'm taking it to the grave.
I would.
So
Yeah, I don't
I'll
blame
never
you.
let them know.
Yeah, that's a 10.
You're a good man.
I'm sure you gave them a wonderful life, Saxon.
And even if
Good
they
for
do
you.
find out, I mean, you can explain it to them, and they should understand.
Yeah,
that.
but there's
Yeah,
no
how
reason to
that
bring
whole thing
that
came
up.
up.
Yeah. And you would hope that they wouldn't be mad at him or the mom.
For holding that
no,
down.
you can't. Be.
Like, yeah, but you know how some people are.
Yeah.
Like they
Because it's not like you're going to go find that man that's your dad.
no,
Like,
I wouldn't want
that's-
to.
They wouldn't know how to find that person.
Well, if you 23andMe, you could.
Yeah, you could. And that's all
What are
that's
some of the other
grabs.
databases?
I don't even want to give them.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to the next call. Saxon, thanks for calling in. It's Rate Your Secret. That was definitely a 10. Having children that don't know you're not their biological. Kelly is on the line at 833-390-KRBE. Kelly, is yours kind of in the same wheelhouse of subject matter? Good morning.
Good morning. It is in the same subject matter.
Okay.
What do you know? What's your secret?
So about like a year or two ago, I found out that my dad isn't my dad.
Wow. So you're in the opposite. You're
But
in
it's a
Saxon's
secret.
kids situation.
So you found out. Does he know that you know?
So I found out because one day me and him got into like a really, really bad argument.
Mm-hmm.
And out of, I guess, anger and everything that happened, he's like, well, I'm not your dad.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh,
man.
no.
Why would he do that?
Oh, my gosh.
That's
And what
terrible.
did you say to that when he said, I'm not even your dad?
I was like, he's lying. He's like angry. He's lying. It can't be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, he basically raised me. So I've always known him as my dad.
Yeah.
And then he told me, he's like, well, your real dad's dead. I was like,
Oh, my
double
God. How
whammy.
bad was his fight?
Oh, my God.
Grief.
I
What
mean,
did you
to
do?
intentionally
My goodness, what
inflict
was the fight about? Were you going to eat for dinner that night? Good Lord.
That's a bad fight.
It's like pulling out a bazooka. Oh, my God.
Where do you guys stand right now?
well, we still talk. Me and my dad have a good relationship. We still talk. But it's just none of my siblings know. My grandparents don't know. Nobody knows. My mom doesn't even know that I know that he told me that.
Holy crap.
What's the story with your biological father? Did you find out more about him?
No, I don't know nothing about him. I don't know last name, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, now wait. Here's an angle, Kelly.
Wow.
You are calling us because your father told you he is not your biological father, and you're saying you're the only one that knows. But are you the only one that knows you know? Now I'm gonna follow me here. Maybe your mom knows this, and she's just never going to tell you and taking it to the grave, and she doesn't know you know, right? That's what you're saying, or you really are the only one that knows he is not the dad. Like even your mom. Your mom has to know this.
Your mom should know, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knows, but she doesn't know that I know.
I know.
it.
Yeah.
So your mom does not know that you know the truth.
Right.
So now we know.
And I
And
don't
now we all know.
ever gonna tell.
Well, now
me.
we know that she knows that he
They
don't
know.
know.
They know. They know. They know. You
A lot
know.
of pronouns here.
I would have to.
Okay. So how do we rate this one? She's the only one. She knows that her father is not
If you
her father.
told your mom, would she be so upset with her husband?
probably the way he
Well, my
delivered the
my
news.
parents
Yes.
are together.
Oh, they're not even together anymore.
Oh, well then.
No, they're not together. But he still like comes around. Like he's a good dad. He still comes around and everything and sees us and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't told your siblings because maybe your siblings aren't.
I was going to say, are your siblings,
Are-
is that
Are
their
they
dad?
aware?
Yeah,
But if they don't know, they're
Or
not.
you-
That's not their dad.
When you look at my siblings, they look exactly like my dad.
But you
Okay.
don't.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I do not. I basically look like my mom's side of the family.
That's a pretty big one too. I think that's a 10. Also.
That's a 10.
I was
You
gonna
know
give- I was
your
gonna
dad's
give
not
like
your
an 8
dad.
or
Yeah,
7.
That's a 10. That's
That's
a,
a-
I
that's
can't
high.
believe he dropped that on you. I'm
Yeah.
still
And
like,
the way he
That's
dropped it
terrible.
on you.
that
is-
is wild. I'm
That's a
sorry
10,
you
that
had to.
part.
Yeah, I'm
sorry,
sorry you had
Kelly.
to find out that way.
I mean,
Well, now, do you feel bad that we know?
yeah.
That you know?
No.
That they don't know?
I feel better that I told somebody because I've known this, and who do I tell?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Now you
shame on
know.
him for intentionally inflicting pain upon you like
do you
that.
do you feel better though knowing that the truth, or would you rather just been like, I wish he never ever told me
I
that?
would have been lied to.
I'd rather be blinded to it.
Yeah, I would have wished he would have never told me because to me it doesn't change anything. He basically raised me.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's just a low blow, man.
Sometimes looking for the truth is not a good
10,
thing.
10, 8.
I say 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 9 at least.
Well, big Roula and Ryan show with Eric. Hug to you, Kelly.
Good luck.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Let us know if anything changes. We may.
Yeah, if you say something, maybe today you
Finds
might
us
be like,
out.
you know what, screw it, I'm going to tell my mom.
What if you're at lunch this weekend? Like, you know what I heard on the on the Roula and Ryan show with Eric?
Oh, God.
This girl called in. And you're like, that was me.
What a low blow.
That was me. Okay, Lizzie's up next. We're doing Rate Your Secret. There's a secret you're holding on to. Only you know. Tell us. We'll rate the scale 1 to 10. Hi, Lizzie. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
What's the secret?
Hey, guys. Well, over the weekend, I went with my husband. He was specifically asked, he's the oldest grandchild on his father's side of the family. He was asked to go help his grandparents kind of just come up with their will and not really help with designating items, but just help be around and kind of guide them through it. He was made aware that him and his siblings are not getting anything. Everything's going to their cousins.
Oh,
that is awkward.
But they said not to say anything?
It wasn't told for him not to say anything. I think he just feels guilty to not tell him or his siblings, rather. He was told by me, rather, to have a poker face. We were not there to judge. We weren't there to help designate anything. We were just simply there to guide them. So he really doesn't have, he has his own opinions. But
why do they like the cousins so much
what's
more
so special
than...
about the cousins
why
getting
weren't
everything?
they there for the will then instead of y'all?
Well, she's helping that one. Her husband must know how to do that stuff.
Oldest grandchild.
Yeah, but then he
But
should
what's so
get paid
special
for
about
that.
the cousins? Hey,
Executive.
Lizzie, what's so special about the cousin you think that's getting all of your grandparents' things?
the answer is this. My husband and his siblings specifically were dealt a rough couple of parents. So the grandparents raised them from childhood to now. They still are a very big part of their life. So they saw it as, we brought you guys up. We did all we could for y'all, and your cousins didn't need any of our assistance. So they're getting a lot of when the home gets sold and a lot of what's in the bank accounts, which is close to $500,000.
Wow.
What sucks for you, though, is like, anything, the things in the home, if you were raised by them, that stuff
You
means
would want
more
them.
to
To you,
you
'cause
than
it's
them.
your stuff,
'Cause
yeah.
you grew up with that.
Yep.
Oh, that's rough.
I agree.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
that's a huge
That
thing to
sucks.
carry. Yeah, like you said, you got to have a poker face because you were there just for the mechanics of it, to help the grandparents do the
Right.
mechanics of the will. But that is kind of a crap deal. Like, they know they're about to tell this child/grandchild, you're not getting any of this, but can you help us write it down so your cousin can get it all?
Is it
Well,
cousins
they
or
should have
cousins?
had the cousin do it.
Is it one cousin or cousins?
It's three other cousins.
They should have had those three
That
cousins
is-
do that paperwork.
That's-
I know
man.
you're
That's
not like
weird.
expecting anything when
I
someone
know.
passes. Like when my grandparents passed,
Right.
I never expected anything from
You
them.
didn't feel entitled.
But knowing
It
that
hurts.
like they're going to the other side of the family, when you're physically there helping them with this,
living in it like it's your stuff because
that
they raised
is
you.
messed
But
up.
I will say, when my grandma passed away, I was
Personally
like,
thinking,
my
sorry.
one of my uncles, like, they helped him out through like a failed business and stuff. And my dad never did anything wrong. My dad just worked his ass off on the farm, and I always felt like that's not really fair that they all get 50, for split 4 ways.
So you think your dad should have gotten more money than
I
the
feel
other
like-
guy because he never asked for anything?
Yeah, but he just worked on the farm. He didn't
Yeah, but
cause any problems, go to jail, or do anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey,
As opposed to
that's true. I guess when you say it that way.
but it's their money. They can do whatever they want with
And
it.
parents a lot of
true.
times just want to split equally among the siblings. Nobody fights. But
Right,
to
that's
your
what I would
point,
think.
If you have a troublemaking sibling who constantly caused drama and caused the parents cash, then you're thinking, well, I didn't cause you any cash. Why are they getting equal
I think
cut?
wouldn't you do it the opposite? Wouldn't you give it to the ones that you almost feel like you're the parents?
Yeah, the ones that were solid and stayed
you're
on
going to
the
go
right
with
lane.
the
Yeah.
responsible siblings? Because, look, I'm sure every
man.
family has a family member. You know that if you
But
leave
they're all
them something,
responsible.
they are going to burn through that cash instantly.
Yeah, I
But
don't
no
know
one's talking about that. They're
I'm not
talking
saying
about
that.
it. Just said
Yeah.
their parents didn't raise them. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
your
Right.
husband. Well, it's because your husband's a bad person with money. Obviously, he's not.
Right.
He was there to help them.
So, what do we give Lizzie's secret? That's a pretty heavy burden to be carrying, knowing that. But it's like you said, you have to have a poker face. I'd say it's about
7.
it's like a 6 or a 7 because now
Yes.
you have to do all these holidays and live out the rest of your life with these 3 cousins who don't know what's coming at them, knowing that your husband's not going to get anything for being basically their kid.
Your husband needs to talk to them and say, "We need to go on a lot of family vacations as a whole
And you'll
family.
pay,
nothing left.
You
yeah.
pay for it. That way, there's no money left."
Eric, Roula, and I say a 7.
Yeah, I say 7.
Kevin?
6,
8.
8?
Yeah,
Sam?
I don't know. 7, 8. I'm
Okay.
just baffled.
Thanks for sharing, Lizzie.
pretty serious.
Let us know if
Crazy.
anything changes. That happened just this weekend, you said, right? This was just this past weekend.
You only have like 20 seconds. How does your husband feel about it? Because is he just bummed?
He's not so good. I'm just a daughter-in-law, so I'm just sipping my tea.
Yeah.
He's not doing well. See, that sucks.
People are saying that this is a test. Don't blab to anyone.
Oh, that
That's
could
a
be
good,
something.
good point.
Yeah,
Could
keep
be
it.
a test.
And then all of a sudden, when they
It's like
pass
if you
on,
say nothing, then you get $300 million.
it's like Brewster's Million.
Yes, I know. Oh, man, Lizzie, let us know if there's an update to this story. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
If they die,
No, I'm saying if maybe something changes.
that's the
Or,
only way
or he spills the beans.
that's the only way we would know.
No, we would know if he spills the beans. There's a
He
fight.
kicks the
Somebody gets
bucket.
mad and he yells at them and says, "Well, my grandparents aren't even leaving me, and they're all going to you." And they might have some big blowout fight. Something could change. It's not just death, Eric. God.
Well, you wouldn't know the money
All right,
until
Lizzie.
afterwards.
But he might be mad and yell this out in a fight, like Kelly's dad yelled at her. I'm not even your dad.
I wouldn't give them the satisfaction.
Yeah,
Let them know.
weaponizing the past is not a good thing.
Nope.
That's really crazy.
Wow.
Somebody said I work for an estate planning attorney, and you would be amazed at what some people do. It's true.
Ooh, tell us. Call in. I'd
That's
love
a
to hear
great
that.
one. Spill the beans, real estate attorneys.
Yeah, please.
Hey, I'm ready to go. 833-390-KRB if you want to tell us some of that. In the meantime, I got some Disney on Ice tickets to give away.
104.1 KRB. The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, we just came off the stories of people who are holding secrets or raiding secrets of finding out their parents aren't their parents, or the last story we got was about inheritances, and an attorney texted in and said, "Man, the things I see as an estate planning attorney." So we said, "Well, if you work in that world, can you share?" And Patty is standing by, but I did say I had Disney on Ice remix tickets, so I guess I should give those away before we get Patty's story.
Well, that's why we could get a bunch more, because when you said that before, they were all calling for it.
Yeah, but
Why
now
don't
the
you take
phone
hers,
lines
and
are
at the end
clear.
of it, you can.
We can give it out.
So don't call for Disney tickets.
Yeah, at the very end here.
I'll tell you when to call for that, because we want to get Patty's story, because Patty is, where do you work, Patty? In an estate planning firm, or what do you do for a living, Patty? Good morning.
Good morning. I work for an attorney's office. We don't do estate. We file non-litigated claims for clients that worked in the railroad.
Okay.
And we're exposed to asbestos. So I request medical records for them. And one of the clients, he was deceased. I noticed, that the certificate had his wife's name. She signed the release. She signed him up. So I'm assuming, okay, that's his wife. The will said, Linda, that's his wife's name. So I'm thinking, okay, that's his wife, I requested whatever. Then afterwards, I got denied, and I started reviewing all the information, and it turns out that he left everything to another Linda. It wasn't Linda, his wife. Yeah.
Mistress? Or a kid?
Yeah, it was his girlfriend. He put on there everything to my girlfriend, Linda so-and-so.
Wow. He never has to worry about messing up the wrong
Holy
name
crap.
in bed.
So,
Yes,
did the wife not know this yet, or you had to reveal this to the wife?
I've been trying to get a hold of her to let her know that, we can't do anything, because the person that's going to get everything is the other Linda, not her.
You don't have to say the amount, but is it like 6 figures?
No, it's they're non-litigated claims for like manufacturing claims, So it's not a lot, but I mean, something is better than nothing.
Yeah,
it still sucks, though.
But that discovery.
Oh, man. Oh, Patty. And how long have you been trying to get a hold of the wife, Linda?
Oh, this just happened last week, so I've been trying to get a hold of her this whole week.
Holy smoke. I want to know how that goes. I would love for you to call back, even on the listener line at 713-278-VENT. Let us know, hey, I found the wife, Linda. And here's how she reacted.
Linda, are you listening right now? You never know.
That's my man.
She might be listening right now. We've had that many times. We talk about someone that's talked about someone on the show.
And then they'll call in.
They'll call in.
That's
Linda,
me.
if you're listening, call us.
Which
Linda,
one?
who lost your man. Because Linda, the mistress, is getting it all.
That's got to
Patty,
be.
wow, thank you
Thanks,
so
Patty.
much. Let us know what happens there. I want to read this text real quick
Worst
before I
double
leave
whammy.
it, because we're getting a lot of texts, and you know how they refresh so fast. Okay, so this person says, I had a client who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars due to some land deals. He's elderly. So he set up a trust for his grown children, but he wants to really control the money, which I get, but he put the son as the director of the LLC. So the son gets to take a salary because of that role. It is a very nice salary. while the daughter, all her money is tied up in the trust. That's not fair at all, because that means the man has to die for the daughter to get her money, but the son is benefiting already while the dad is alive.
But he's working to be the executor, I guess.
But are you, quote, working? That's just a label. You don't do anything until the person dies.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just getting money for getting money.
Yeah, 'cause when my
'Cause he
parents
was
died, my
labeled that.
sister's the
That's
executor,
nice.
and she's like, because she's rich. At first, she's like, I'm not even going to take any of the money. I don't really need it, So I'm like, oh, instead of splitting it 3 ways, my other sister and I could do it 50-50. And that didn't happen.
No, of course
'Cause
not.
everybody
Who's
likes
gonna-
money.
Who's going to say no to money?
And then she wanted me to buy her something. She made a
Like
joke
what?
about,
Oh.
I think we bought her like a DVD player. This is, they died 30 years
Oh,
ago.
yeah,
But
right,
DVD
right.
players like $800 or something.
Right.
Oh my God, they
expensive
were?
now.
I
Now
don't know,
they're
it
like
was
$20.
Yeah, no.
If you can find one. This person says, my biological father is a millionaire. Should I get an attorney? Well, you need to give me more than that, honey.
Well, yeah, what
I
does
need
that
to know
mean?
more than that.
Did the
Because-
biological father pass away, or?
Remember, inheritance is not a right.
No.
Yeah, if you saw, was it Tipping Point? What's the one with Kate Hudson?
Oh,
Yeah.
running
Point.
point. Running point.
I was going Tipping Point.
I know,
Running
it's either
point.
like cow tipping.
She's running point guard, like point guard.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
the
Running
leader
point.
of the Los
Running
Angeles
Point.
Waves.
Running Point.
Waves.
Yeah, well, you're going to get $2 million or have some siblings.
There is an
yeah.
instance where I
Take the
can
money.
say, maybe the kids aren't being greedy. Like, say dad marries this woman he just met, and she's a gold digger.
That's the worst.
And then dad unfortunately passes away, and the kids are like, wait a second. This woman just came into his life. We should be getting some of this. I can understand that.
Is there laws against when you have people that take care of you at home, and also they end up on the will?
Oh, like giving the caregiver
The
money?
caregiver that's been there for like say 10 years, and it's like they work
Well,
their
they
way
can
in.
contest if
Well,
the person's not
Yeah, then
of
you-
sound mind.
Yeah, but I've known
They
situations,
sign a
guys,
piece of
where,
paper like, wait, my dad signed that.
Well, I have definitely seen in real
I'd be
life
worried about that stuff.
caregivers who were absolutely
Just from movies though.
gold gems to
Yeah.
the elder, and they really cared for them and took care of them, and they were supposed to get taken care of in the will, but the children were in such a dogfight, they've tied up the money, and the caregivers don't get their money.
I have a dear friend who was a caregiver to an elderly gentleman when we were in our early 20s. My friend did not have a job. This was his job. And the elderly man had no one else. Well, the elderly man left him millions.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
And
What the
they
family
got,
say?
well, I don't think he had family or anything.
wow, so-
Oh, because a lot of
So,
times
yeah.
family will come out of the woodwork just to get their
Apparently,
piece of the
they
pie.
did not come out of the woodwork, nor did they take the money. But I was like, damn, how'd y'all afford this amazing house in the Heights? It's like, 3 stories and brand new. And we were like early in our 20s. None of us have any money. Oh. And then someone revealed to me, like, remember that guy you used to take care of? Yes.
Left all the
That's
money.
wild.
Yes.
There's a country song about that. It's like, God is good, beer is great,
Yeah.
and people are crazy. It's about a man who met a man in a bar, and he left him everything, and the kids were really mad because he left the guy at the bar with the beer all his money.
Yeah.
Hey, you
That's
bought
really
me a
good.
beer and I gave you my
Yeah.
entire fortune.
All right, let me give some Disney on Ice tickets out. Hey, that's your inheritance. You're going to go see Disney Remixed.
There you go.
And 4 tickets to Disney on Ice. It's Let's Dance. Mickey and his pals are rocking the DJ table as they remix Disney hits into colorful worlds at NRG Stadium, April 10 through the 13th. If you would like this 4-pack of tickets, be caller 10 at 833-390-KRBE. I said 4-pack of tickets, right? Yeah. 833-390-KRBE. Disney on Ice for fun for you.
It's time for What's Going Down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
All righty, in about 3 hours, the Astros Street Fest opens up. This is before the 3:10 first game of the season.
Which we found out that that Dyken Park opens their doors 3 hours before first pitch, which is at noon.
Yeah. So the Street Fest is going to be really cool. They've
So
got
it's
live
raining, you
music.
can just go
The
inside.
Rain
Yeah.
Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can still take shelter, but they'll have food trucks and giveaways, all sorts of things going on. And then at 3:10, Framber Valdez takes the mound. This is going to be an awesome game. You going to be watching in person or on TV, Eric?
TV, if I can. I got to pick up my kids.
Yeah,
It's school
that's
time.
crunch time.
Oh, yeah.
That's school time, sports time. I'll just have to watch on my
I always
phone.
see those things on Instagram where you can
Updates.
take your screen on your car and turn it into a TV.
That's dangerous.
Better not.
Not a good
That
idea.
is going to be you.
Unless you've got a self-driving
That's
Or
car.
while you're
eating
parking.
food
You know how many
in
people
your
don't
car.
watch movies while they're driving, but they don't watch it, they listen to it.
Eric is
many
going to
people
get a
under
Tesla
20.
that builds a bourbon bar in the back, so
Yeah.
the Tesla drives itself while he's watching TV and drinking bourbon
We're
in the
getting
back of
closer
the
to
truck.
that. We don't need to drive pretty soon.
my
I
Lord.
can't wait.
Stay
That'll
home.
be our
Stay in your
kids.
cave.
That'll be our kids' generation.
No, it's
for
going to happen
sure.
in the next by 2026.
Yeah, but I mean, only the super wealthy are going to be able to afford that.
No,
I'm saying that
they're making cars. Even Tesla's making the car for $30,000,
Yeah.
and you can take that car, and while you're sleeping, it'll go out and pick up people.
Make
for
Uber money for you.
Uber, it'll be Tesla.
Are
Uber
you
type.
kidding me?
What? That's wild.
So
That's
I
not
could
their
turn,
plan, but
I
who
could
knows?
turn my car into an Uber
And
service.
you
Right,
can make
you're
like,
not
say
driving it.
$400 a month to make your payment. You wouldn't
Yeah,
have to make a payment for your
the
car.
wear and tear on your vehicle.
It's electric. You don't. There's no oil. I mean tires and stuff. And you got to worry about people having sex in your back seat, stuff like that. That'd be weird.
I never even thought about something like
Think about
that.
that. You got some weirdos taking
Yeah.
that car. That's your car.
Think of all the cheaters in this world. Oh, let's just get an Uber.
Not even cheaters, just people who are like,
There's
want a
cameras in there,
thrill. They
though.
just want a thrill. They're
I
like,
could-
oh, we're in this Uber.
I could watch you on my phone, I guess.
Oh, God.
I could record it. And
Eric's watching.
you could shame them.
I've got my car. Yeah, you'd use it as a blackmail.
But now, if you get Teslas,
Scheme.
it's so political now. It's like you got to be careful. Just to buy a stupid car, it's so dumb.
All I know is that I love how our audience looks at the shiny thing over here. Now I have now gotten 50 texts about Billy Currington singing that song, People Are Crazy. So you can look that up.
I've never heard of that.
About
song.
the
called
old
what?
man who leaves all his money to the man
a
with the
fun
beer.
country song.
It's a fun country song. Yeah. People Are Crazy,
Yeah.
Billy Currington. Okay, coming up next. Did you hear what happened on Roses today? Carrie called us after she took her pollen-covered car and her husband's pollen-covered car for a car wash. And then she found things that made her question her marriage and his fidelity. You're going to hear how it plays out next on The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.